Aye, we give you the facts. It's not what you think. Popeye Newsling, Young King, 1 yard, bless.
Good morning, Popeye. Grandma watch Popeyes every morning and every night.
Greetings viewers and subscribers. Football lovers. This Saturday afternoon, August 26, starting at 3:30, go out and support your team. It's the start of the Tier 2 qualifiers. The Westmoreland FA champions, that's the Petersfield Football Club. They will be up against the Hanover FA champions, Sandy Bay. That match will be played at the Petersfield High School football field. Don't miss it. That's this Saturday, August 26, starting at 3:30 at the Petersfield High School football field. It's Petersfield FA against Sandy Bay FA. Go out and support your team. Let me just take time out to give a PNL Patreon shout out to some people who are listening right now in London, England. Miss Mokla, you are visiting from New York. Oliver, Cornbread, Errol, Anne, Bud and Charlo. Big up on a nice, clean self. And once again, thanks for the support. Now, in the news today, Teefing Ricardo Chambers. He was slapped with more fraud charges over the weekend. It is alleged that a cosmetologist paid him $40,000 as down payment on a glass showcase. Same was not built or delivered. It is also alleged that a nail technician paid him $160,000 as down payment on a king-sized bed. Same was not built nor delivered. But this one, why may I tell you? This one, it took the cake. A lady in her mid-50s. She's from Kingston. And it is alleged that she paid Teefing Ricardo Chambers over $2.8 million to build bedroom, living room and dining room sets. Teefing Ricardo Chambers. He allegedly converted the money to his own use and he did not build the furniture. So the charges, they continue to pile up. And Portmore detectives, enough respect. And learn this. I make no apologies for what I said the other day because I meant it. But at the end of the day, enough respect. And you remember a report I carried about a female fraudster from Portmore? Her name is Kenniesha Burrel. She is 39 years old and she's living at Phoenix Park in Portmore. In the report I carried, I told her that Kenniesha, she was charged for collecting almost $1 million from a lady to book some rooms at one of the Royalton hotels. She did not book the room and she has converted the money to her own use. Well, Teefing Kenniesha, she's facing more criminal charges. It is alleged that a travel agent in Canada paid Teefing Kenniesha a total of $4,700 United States dollars to book several rooms at Rione Grill and a room at Hedonism 2. Teefing Kenniesha, she did not book the rooms. She converted the money to her own use. And I'm also told that more charges are coming against Teefing Kenniesha. By the way, Portmore people, is this the same Kenniesha who operates the El Rancho Jerk Center in Dunby Holden? Is this the same Kenniesha who went to the Dominican Republic? Go do our body? So, Kenniesha, are really the people them hard-earned money you take go do body and breast? In Kenniesha, more to come. Now, in this next story, the recovery of firearms in Area 1 continue. This one, it took place last night, Monday, August 21, about 9:30. It took place at Hague District in the Falmouth area of Trelawney. We are learning that a team of police officers, they were on patrol in the Hague district area when they saw a Jamco motorcycle coming in the opposite direction with the hazard lights flashing. On reaching near to where the police vehicle was, the guy who was riding the bike, he suddenly made a U-turn and he escaped from the police. But while he was making the U-turn, an object fell from him onto the ground. The object, it was picked up by the police and it was found out to be a black Springfield 9mm pistol with the serial number intact. It was affixed with a magazine containing 3 live rounds. We are told that the police, they know who this guy is and they are now trying to apprehend him. Chulani police, job well done. I also carried a story last week, Thursday, and I told you that the previous morning, Wednesday, August 16, about 11 o'clock, a joint police military team, acting on intelligence, they went to dump in the retirement area of St. James. Some persons were seen standing near to a tree. On seeing the police and soldiers, they tried to run, but they were stopped by members of the security forces. A search was conducted and that Gen 4 Glock 19 9mm pistol, it was affixed with a magazine containing 10 rounds, as also that Black Angle Intratech submachine gun, they were found. The security team, they also found an M16 charging handle. I told you that 6 persons were taken into police custody, and as soon as they were charged, I will tell you who they are. Well, they have now been charged. They are 1. Vincent Riley, he's a 29-year-old garbage collector. 2. Daniel McLean, he's an 18-year-old student. 3. Randy Stewart, he's a 24-year-old delivery man. 4. Kevin Salmon, he's a 28-year-old security guard. 5. Ronnie Reed, he's a 15-year-old student, and they are all living at St. John's District. And 6. Aneisha Dixon, she's a 24-year-old cashier, and she's living at Red Dirt in Flankers in the parish of St. James. So all of them, they'll be facing the gun court shortly. This next incident, it took place early this morning, Tuesday, August 22, a little bit after 12 midnight. It took place at Montpelier in the Sandy Bay police area in the parish of Hanover. We are learning that a guy, he's from the parish of St. Elizabeth, but he was visiting his girlfriend in the area. While they were in the house, we are told that the door for the house was kicked off and a lone hoodlum, armed with a gun, he entered the house. We are told that the girlfriend, she managed to run out of the house. The hoodlum, he then opened gunfire, hitting the guy on his left foot. The hoodlum, he then made good his escape. The guy who was shot, he was rushed to a nearby hospital where he was treated and admitted. The mayhem. Now, yesterday, I carried a story and I told you that a guy, he's popularly known as Shane, or Shane, he was shot. I told you that Shane, he was standing at his gate at Megitop in the Salt Spring area of St. James when he was shot. We are now learning that it was 3 guys who carried out that act. 2 of them were armed with M16 rifle and the other one, he was armed with a pistol. Shane, when he saw the 3 hoodlums, he ran off and they chased him and fired shots at him. He had received gunshot wounds to his left thigh. We are told that when the police processed this crime scene, 15 5.56 and a number of 9mm spent shells were recovered from the scene. So listen this now. There is a gang war taking place in the Megitop area of Salt Spring. There is a gang known as the Bloods Gang. There is also a gang known as the KlLED Gang. These guys, they have been shooting at each other, both inside and outside of the community, and them have money to buy all the firepower that they need. Let me tell you about a few incidents that are connected to the shooting of Shane yesterday morning, or I should say, a continuation. I carried a story earlier this month. That guy on your screen, he was shot and killed on the early morning of Tuesday, August 1, about some minutes to 2 o'clock. He was shot and killed at Church Lane in the Megatop area of Salt Spring. His name is Javon Kane Sakali Roden. Javon Kane, he had just left out of his mother's yard at Church Lane when he was shot. I also carried a story recently where a guy, popularly known as Willie, he was hosting his birthday party at a guest house in Montego Bay. Hoodlums, they went to the guest house in a Toyota Crown and a Toyota Voxy. Willie, he was shot, but he survived once again. I said once again because this is the second time that I am aware of that Willie was shot. You remember an incident that took place at Mount Pleasant in the parish of Hanover on the early morning of Saturday, June 5, 2021, about some minutes after 5 o'clock. A total of 5 guys were shot. 2 of them died, to include Aaron Melbourne, also known as Dan. He was 29 years old. The other guy who died, his name is Bago Anthony Salmon. He was 18 years old at the time. Willie, who was also 18 years old at the time, he was also shot. He had received gunshot wounds to his left hand. Now, I reminded you about those incidents because they are all connected to what is happening at Megatop right now. Guys from Burrel and guys from Church Lane, they are at each other's throat and them all have money. Them have big guns and they have bullets. One thing that these guys don't have is love. Them no have no love whatsoever. The mayhem. And I know that some persons, they are waiting for the video about what is happening at Macquarie in the Sandy Bay area of Hanover. I want to drop some photos in the video. A photo that I want to drop is that of F1. F1, he was recently held by the police. Now, I'm not sure if he'll be placed on an identification parade, so I don't want to obstruct the police in their investigations. As soon as F1 is charged, then I'll be dropping the video. It's coming up very, very soon. Stand by for that. Now, in this next story, on the early morning of Friday, June 30, shortly after 12 midnight, a man named Mark Taylor, or is it Dennis? He was born on April 14, 1969. Mark, he was a mason and he lived at Standpipe in the Burn Savannah area of Westmoreland. Mark, he was shot and killed, and his 52-year-old sister, who is a clinic attendant, she was shot and seriously wounded. Both of them, they were fast asleep in their different rooms when hoodlums kicked off the door to Mark's room, pulled him outside and executed him. They then kicked off Mark's sister's room door, went into the room and opened gunfire at her, hitting her in her abdomen. The police, they were called and they commenced investigation. A suspect was identified, and after several raids by the police, he was nabbed. He has since been charged for murder, wounding with intent, and other charges. His name is Lloyd Henry, but he's popularly known as David. He is 33 years old and he's living at Prospect District in the parish of Westmoreland. So, David, he'll be going to the courts shortly. The mayhem. So let me ask you something. Let me ask you something. Have you hit on the love button as yet? If you have not yet done so, remember to hit on it. Also, if you are over here watching our videos and you have not yet subscribed, hit on the subscribe button. As also, hit on the notification bell. Then click all, so that whenever we drop a new video, you'll be one of the first to be notified. In the final story for today, that man on your screen. His name is Alden Watson, but he was popularly known as Oily. Next month, September 10, Oily, he will be celebrating his 48th birthday. Oily, he was the father of 2 sons and 1 daughter. His youngest child is about 17 or 18 years old. Oily, he was a hard-working taxi operator, and he lived at 135 Darling Street in Savannah Lamar in the parish of Westmoreland. Last night, Monday, August 21, about some minutes to 10 o'clock, residents of Burn Savannah in Westmoreland, they heard gunshots being fired in the standpipe area. When the shooting subsided, they went and made checks. Oily, he was seen sitting in the driver's seat of his blue Toyota Fielder motor car that he used to operate as a taxi, with blood coming from his upper body. Now, I've dropped a video of Oily over on Patreon. It is too grimy to be dropped on YouTube. The police, they were called in, and when they inspected Oily, he had gunshot wounds to his upper body. From all indication, Oily died on the spot. When this crime scene was processed, 3 9mm spent shells were recovered from the scene. It is suspected that robbery was the motive why the hoodlums would have killed Oily. And I can bet you that the hoodlums who killed him, they are about the same age or maybe even younger than Oily's children. The mayhem continues. Blessed love, everybody.
Tell a friend for tell a friend for tell a friend about Papa in Newslink and PNL Blog TV. Like, subscribe and share. Quicksilver sing, if we just unite, what a country this will be. If we just unite, Jamaica live in unity. If we just unite, what a country this will be. Just unite, Jamaica live in unity. Hey, crime it a mash up Jamaica. Criminals them a mash up Jamaica. Jamaicans mash up Jamaica. Oh Jamaica, me sweet Jamaica. Crime it a mash up Jamaica. Criminals them a mash up Jamaica. Jamaicans mash up Jamaica. Oh Jamaica, me sweet Jamaica. I coulda sunshine or rain. Jamaica, no problem, no pain. Rude boy them no out can't tame, but me want me country back. Give me country back. To the street and the lane, everybody them start complain. Bloodshed, what a shame, but me want me country back. Give me country back. Crime it a mash up Jamaica. Criminals them a mash up Jamaica. Jamaicans mash up Jamaica. Oh Jamaica, me sweet Jamaica. Crime it a mash up Jamaica. Criminals them a mash up Jamaica. Jamaicans mash up Jamaica. Oh Jamaica, me sweet Jamaica. Jamaica, Jamaica, the land of